Pilar. I'm so happy to be joining you all here on this important conversation on behalf of the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs. Um, I want to take just a few minutes, like Pilar said, to provide a very important alert to the community members and the media on this Zoom. While everything that Maria and Rigo have talked about and so many other announcements are very positive and exciting announcements, it's extremely important for the public to distinguish well between what is adopted and effective, for example, DACA, and what is simply being proposed. As Maria stated, as of today, the much talked about Biden immigration reform proposal is not the law yet. Again, it is not law yet. There's no new comprehensive immigration law that grants a path to citizenship just yet. So we are asking you all to stay informed, be on alert, and avoid falling prey to individuals who try to convince you otherwise. Unfortunately, I'm here to talk about this, and Rigo is going to add some words on this too, because we've already begun seeing misinformation and false promises regarding potential immigration changes, which is deeply concerning because, as you may know, immigration scams can cost victims thousands of dollars in savings, jeopardize their immigration status, and even result in their criminal prosecution. It's actually, unfortunately, not uncommon during presidential elections and transitions to see a rise in these types of scams that ultimately are taking advantage of hopeful immigrants who are looking for an opportunity to adjust their immigration status. And understanding this and being responsive to this, the county and the city of Los Angeles have made it a priority to alert immigrant and refugee communities about immigration scams by non-attorneys, which is commonly known as notario fraud, but also by attorneys. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the word notario fraud, I'm sure many of you are, it refers to immigration legal services related scams by non-attorneys who falsely claim that they are qualified to give you legal advice on the topic of immigration. Again, though, immigration legal services fraud more broadly can also be committed by unethical attorneys. So how do we avoid this? The key to avoid falling prey to an immigration scam is to seek and secure quality immigration legal advice from licensed attorneys and or individuals that are accredited by the U.S. Department of Justice or organizations recognized by the Department of Justice. And following this webinar, as we've shared, we will be providing this information and resources to you in an accessible way so that you can locate some of these trusted immigration legal services in the LA area. Other quick important tips to protect yourself, because we want you all to be on alert, is making sure to receive a written contract from your lawyer or accredited representative that details all the services to be provided, including the fees that you will be charged. You can avoid falling prey by not paying for a federal government application form. Forms are free and can be downloaded online. And that's on the USCIS website. And again, we'll provide those direct links and information following the webinar. You can also make sure that you're not giving them original documents. You should always ensure that you're giving out copies instead and keeping your documents secure, not signing any blank or incomplete forms or documents that you don't fully understand. It's important to remember that. Also, make sure to ask for a copy of the documents prepared for you and anything that you've signed, as well as a notice of confirmation when your representative has actually filed the document in case of any future issues. Obviously, always important to ask for a written receipt that includes the name and the address of the provider who's helping you through the process. And One key tip here, avoid legal services providers that promise you that they have connections with certain people high up in a government agency and that they can help you expedite the processing of your forms and that they guarantee that you're going to get your status. I mean, those are huge red flags for the community in being able to prevent falling prey to these immigration scammers. Again, following this webinar, you will receive an email with all the information I just provided, including information on how to access respected immigration legal services providers, trusted organizations in the community, and how to report immigration legal services fraud, which Rigo will say more about very shortly. And one last note, our Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs resources, which we will be sharing, are you're able to access them in any language. We have incorporated a tool that allows you to view the pages in your language of preference. And we also have multilingual resources on there. So please make sure to take advantage of the resources that we share after the webinar.